Make sure I got this right. Okay. Good evening, Knicks Nation. I hope that you're all enjoying your weekend and that you're healthy and safe this weekend, that you and your family are healthy and safe, and that you're enjoying your weekend and that you're enjoying your Sunday as we get ready to close this weekend. So, greetings to all of you in the chat. Greetings, Russell Reed, Enrique, Webb. Greetings, Captain and Coke 70. Greetings, Antoine McNeil and Russell Reed. And I mentioned Shifty and the Black Prodigy and Roto Mendez and all the rest of y'all. Greetings to all of you. What I want to go into today, as you saw from the title of the video, I want to go into the trade that we all thought was going to happen. That made sense. And that is a 3-team deal that's being discussed between the New York Knicks, the Utah Jazz, and the Los Angeles Lakers. I think the dude's name was Michael Scotto. I think I heard him in the past. He's not one of the three wise men. But I still wanted to talk about this because it just makes too much sense. It makes too much sense. And so what I'd like to do, I saw that Scotto talked about the parameters of a deal in terms of players. But to be quite honest with you, I don't want to focus on what he was talking about in that regard. I do want to look at, though, the parameters of the deal from what we would look at it in terms of what makes sense, I guess is what I'm saying. What makes sense. So I pulled up the three teams' salaries. I pulled up their salaries so that we could take a look at the deal right now. When you get ready to look at trades, I have a philosophy. Like, I notice a lot of people, they always look at the trades with how it benefits the Knicks the most. And that makes sense. You want your trade to benefit your team. But you want to look at a trade as realistically as you can. And when you look at a trade, brethren, you got to look at, number one, what most people are not looking at, the money. You got to look at the money. Because the money has to work. Money has to work. If the money doesn't work, the trade's not going to happen. Okay? So you can't just throw out any players you want to see moved or you want to see involved and think that that's going to happen. The money has to work. Okay? That's number one. The money's got to work. So if the money doesn't work, there's no trade. Number two, when you're looking at trades in the NBA, you have to look at what does each team involved, what are they looking for? What do they want? You got to be realistic about what each team wants, okay? So I'm pulling up the trade machine also. So I'm pulling up the salaries, I'm pulling up the trade machine. We're going to look at this closely. We got to look at what each team is looking for. We got to be realistic about what they want. Okay, everybody got me so far? So we're trying to look at the money first. And justice is equal to that. We want to know, what does each team want? What are they looking for? Okay? So we're talking about three teams. The Knicks, the Jazz, and the Lakers. We're talking about the Knicks, the Jazz, the Lakers. Now, we all know that several weeks ago, it was reported by everybody that we know to be credible that the Knicks and Jazz were talking Donovan Mitchell. We already know that. Okay. Now, there's been all kinds of rumors in terms of the specific players involved, but we talked about the money. Right? Now, let's start with the Jazz, because they started all this. I would say the Jazz started all this. How did they start all this? Well, they traded Rudy Gobert. They have Danny Ainge on their payroll as president of basketball operations. And so now they're going into a full rebuild. Okay, can we all agree? So no matter now, there's a lot of posturing going on, and let's just put out, before I even go into what they want, let's put out the posturing first. The Knicks are doing posturing also. Did you see the article? I think it was a Bleacher Report that said the Knicks really want to hang on to Derrick Rose. Did y'all see that? It said the Knicks really would like to hang on to Derrick Rose. How do I know? How do you know? That's simply the Knicks posturing. How do you know? Everybody's doing posturing behind the scenes, right? How do you know that's posturing? If you're looking at the money, Rose has to be involved. There's no way the Knicks can be involved with this 3-team trade without the salary of Derrick Rose, without giving away, multiple players that they don't want to give away. They need Derrick Rose's salary. So why would they put out, we're really, really thinking we want to keep Derrick Rose. Why do you think that is? Well, we're going to talk about what the Knicks are looking for, but it has to do with what the Knicks are looking for. Okay? But it's posturing. We've already saw much posturing on Danny Ainge's part. He's not desperate. The Knicks are desperate. He's in a position of strength, and he can just get whatever he wants from the Knicks, and all of this, right? So both teams are posturing. Both teams are, and so we got to take that into account when you're looking at news reports. You got to understand that the teams are putting out their feelers and they're using their connects and they're posturing right now. Okay, all right. So we're talking about Danny Ainge. He started all this, and he started it by trading away Gobert. He's in a full rebuild. Now, let's talk about just in very basic terms, brethren. What does a full rebuild look like? What does a full rebuild look like? All right. So let's talk about that just in basic terms so we're all on the same page and everybody understands what we're talking about. When a team in the NBA goes into a full rebuild, they're trading away all long-term salaries. No big contract. Thank you, Ruggs 89. They don't want any big contracts. They want short-term deals. They'd like young talent on rookie deals, and they're looking for draft picks. Do we understand? Is that something we agree on, Knicks Nation? So if you're going into full rebuild, you're looking for picks. You're looking to get rid of salaries, especially large long-term salaries. And you're trying to get rookie deals or deals that are cheap. That's what you're trying to do. Cheap deals, draft picks, get rid of long-term salaries. That's what you do in a rebound. What's the goal there? You're looking for draft capital because you're looking to draft stars. You want to rebuild your team and draft stars. That's what a rebuild looks like. You're looking for young talent, expiring deals. You're looking for draft picks. The big thing is the draft picks. Now, why would we know? Well, first of all, it's the draft, right? And you're going to have talent coming out every year in the draft, right? That's number one. But number two, y'all know, now I've only looked at Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson, and that's enough for me. There's some talent coming out next year. Okay, there's some talent coming out next year. And for the sake of argument, let's just say both Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson are game-changing talents. And so if you happen to get at the 1 or 2 spot in the lottery next year, you're going to be in good shape, right? So talent, young talent that you can build around, that's what you want. So that's what Utah is looking for. Now, with that in mind, let's look at Utah's salary structure. So they got Donovan Mitchell at $30 million. Okay, they got Donovan Mitchell at $30 million. They're a non-tax-paying team. They got a cap right now of $148 million. They're a non-taxpayer, and so they're looking to trade. They got $30 million for Donovan Mitchell. They got Mike Conley, almost $23 million. Bogdan Bogdanovic, $20 million. Malik Beasley, $15 million. Apparently, Malik can't be traded yet, according to this thing. But we probably will change after August 30th. Jordan Clarkson, 13.3. They got Patrick Beverly, 13. Those are all your big, longer term, or some of them not so long term, contracts. Then you got veteran contracts of a Rudy Gay. But then you got young players. Nickel Alexander Walker, he's only $5 million. Jared Vanderbilt is $4 million. You got Walter Kessler is 2.7. You got a bunch of smaller dudes on smaller contracts right now. So that's their look. So therefore, I think we can all understand. They're looking to get rid of Mitchell, Conley, Bogdanovich, Beasley, Clarkson, Beverly. Now, the only question mark there might be Beasley because he's still young, right? But you don't be paying nobody $16 million if you're in a full rebuild. You're in a full rebuild. See, the Knicks, we'll talk about them in a second. So what is Utah looking for? They're looking for picks. They're looking for young players. Okay, that's what they're looking for. They're looking to shed salary. They want to get rid of long-term salary. All right? That's what they're trying to do. Now, they're not going to be able to do all of that in this trade. You're not going to be able to get rid of everything you're not going to be able to accomplish everything you want to accomplish if you're in a full rebuild in one trade. Can we agree on that? You're not going to be able to do that. They're going to have to make several trades to get this done. Now, with that in mind, the biggest trade chip they have is Donovan Mitchell, right? I mean, that's obvious. The biggest trade chip Utah has, and I just want to put the facts out there first, no speculation. We're putting out facts right now. So they're in full rebuild mode. The biggest trade chip they have is Donovan Mitchell. They have, along with Donovan Mitchell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 veteran salaries that they'd like to get off of. All right. So we all got that. All right. So that's where we at. Now, with their biggest trade chip, Donovan Mitchell, they're going to want to use that as leverage to get as much of the goals we just stated done as possible, right? I mean, that's common sense, right? So they want to use the biggest chip they got, a 25 going on 26-year-old, 3-time All-Star. They want to use him to try to get as many young draft assets, young players, and shed salaries to try to get expiring deals as they can. Okay, everybody got that so far? That makes sense to everybody? Very good, very good. Okay, so that's what they want. What does the Lakers want? Why are the Lakers involved with this deal? Well, I've been telling y'all for at least a couple of weeks, and it's been out. LeBron does not want Westbrook on his team. This is not working. It's not like he don't like Russell Westbrook. It's not like they're not enemies or anything. It's just it's not working. It's not working. So LeBron has on his team with him as his sidekick, and we all know LeBron is like the master of the big three, right? I mean, big three in Miami, big three in Cleveland, and now he's looking for big three in the Lakers and Lakerland, right? So he's the master of the big three. He's the master of the big three. So now he's looking for a big three. Problem with LeBron, though. Problem with LeBron is 38 years old. He's 38 years old. And yes, many of y'all caught the mistake I made the other day, but didn't catch the fact that it doesn't change much about the situation. The mistake I made is I thought Bronny was going to be a freshman in college this year and come out next year, but he's going to be a senior in high school, and then he's got another year. But also, y'all need to understand, and some of y'all missed this thing. Before we talk about Bronny, let's talk about why I'm mentioning Bronny. We got to go back to LeBron. LeBron, 38. LeBron wants another ring. He actually wants 2 more rings. He's desperate. Talk about desperate. He's desperate to get 2 more rings. Why? Because Jordan said 6 beats 4. Because they were trying to compare Bron to Jordan, and Jordan said 6 beats 4. Okay? What he's saying? Don't talk to me until you get 6. You're supposed to be all that. Don't talk to me until you get 6. Okay? So he's got 4. So he is desperate to get 2 more. All right? He is now 38. So LeBron don't care about future draft picks. He don't care at all about future draft picks. He's trying to get a ring. Now, we don't even need to discuss whether he's going to be realistic and to get that. That's not the point. What is he thinking? What does he want? That's what we talk about. What does he want? He wants 2 more rings. He wants 2 more rings. So now he's 38. I think he's 37 going on 38. He'll be 38 in December, if I'm not mistaken. Some of y'all can check me on that. Let me get LeBron's age, but I think he's 37 going on 38. I think that's what it is. I think that's his deal. Let me just make sure. Let me just double check that to make sure that's the situation. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure he's 37 going on 38. Yes. Let's go by the ages here. Yes, he's 37 and he'll be 38 in December. Okay. So LeBron needs to win a ring this year. Not next year, not 2 years, this year. Okay? Period. Now, let's talk about Bronny because he's involved with this. Whether Bronny plays the high school year out and tries to go in the NBA next year, he could do that. Or he plays the senior year out and plays a year in college, okay? Either way, LeBron has stated, whoever drafts his son, he gonna play there. It would be the first time in NBA history that you had a father and a son on the same team. The first time in NBA history. And believe me, LeBron is into legacy. Okay? He's into legacy. So he wants to play with his son. And some of y'all say, well, LeBron ain't that good. He's not draft pick and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. Can you just please repeat to me? What is his name and who is his daddy? Because that's really all you need to know. How good he is irrelevant. What is his name? Who is his daddy? That's what you need to know. And in terms of his ability, can he play in the NBA? He don't have to be a star. He don't have to be. What's his name? Who is his daddy? Can he play in the NBA? Like, this ain't LiAngelo Ball we talking about. This ain't LiAngelo Ball. He could play a little bit. Okay? To what degree you can argue about it. But I'm going to tell you right now, if he is able to be an NBA player, which I believe he is, he could play the guard spot on the NBA level. He really could. I don't know how good he would be, but he could play the NBA level guard spot. So now, you're talking about whatever team gets him gets at least a year of LeBron James, even at age 40. Now, realistically, there's 30 teams in the NBA that would take that. There's 30 teams in the NBA that would take that. I know it sounds crazy, right? But there's 30 teams in the NBA that will do that. Okay? So what does that mean for where we at today? It means the Lakers have 1, possibly 2 years of LeBron James. That's what they got. Okay? Y'all following me so far? They got 1, possibly 2 years of LeBron James. And so that brings us back to talk about desperate. They need to win a chip now. Okay? Okay? Now, you could believe LeBron going to win or not. We're just talking about what does the Lakers want. We just talked about what Utah wants. Catch up. We talking about what the Lakers want. The Lakers want to bring as much talent there as they can to take advantage of this 2-year window. LeBron is demanding they get somebody in there to help him win. Now, he wanted Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie's off the table. Kyrie's off the table. Some people say, well, he could wait till next year. Oh, can he? You know he's going to be 38 this year. You know he's going to be 38 this year, right? And you're going to wait on a player as mercurial, and I'm using that term loosely, mercurial as Kyrie Irving? You think he's going to come next year? He could decide next year, I'm staying with the Nets. He could decide next year, I'm going to the Knicks. He could decide next year, anything he wants. I'm going to Miami. You going to tell me you're going to wait for next year to see if you possibly could get? Thanks, Kareem Grant, for the $5 super chat. Greetings, brother. You telling me you're going to wait till next year to see if you could get Kyrie Irving when LeBron James going to be 38? Come on, man. Come on, baby. Let's get be real now. Let's get real. So, no. LeBron needs somebody to help him win now. Now, of course, right, if LeBron could, he would go get Giannis, or if he could, right, he would go get Giannis or somebody like that if he could, but he can't. The market is limited. And he needs a market now. Okay? He needs a market now. Okay? So LeBron is looking for talent that he can somehow try to piece together, sew together to get them to a finals. That's what he's trying to do. Now, one thing we know about LeBron, aside from the fact that he's a competitive athlete like most people in the NBA, is he keeps himself in supreme physical condition. I mean, I think we can agree. LeBron James keeps his body in supreme physical condition, like no other player except maybe Kobe in NBA history. You know, LeBron, like, okay, Jordan did the same thing, but he keeps his body in supreme physical. So he's going to be ready. LeBron going to be ready. Okay, old as he is, he's going to be ready to play. So he's looking for something. Now, he got Anthony Davis, and by the way, did y'all hear? I thought they was joking, man. Anthony Davis, maybe they were. Did y'all hear he hit his knee on the table or something? And he may not be ready for training camp. Did y'all hear that? Yo, did y'all hear though? I said they gotta be kidding me, right? I was looking down, I said, wait, this can't be true. This gotta be a joke, right? He hit his knee on the coffee table. And he may not be ready for training camp. I was like, no, you can't make this stuff up, baby. I told you. That brother right there, he shows up into the special limousine that's really the ambulance when he comes to game. They got the limousine parking spot for him because that brother can't walk and chew gum without breaking something. We talking about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis hurt himself again. I don't know. But anyway, let's just assume he's going to get 50 games of Anthony Davis. Okay, let's assume he's going to get 50 games of Anthony Davis, all right? Somehow. So you got Anthony Davis, LeBron. They need another guy. Okay, they need another guy. Now, who they need? Well, anybody that's going to help them win. The highest level talent they could get. Now, everybody's looking for shooters. LeBron always looking for shooters. Every place he's played, he's tried to get shooters around him because LeBron, no matter what else you say, he plays the point. LeBron is your point guard, right? Everybody else is off the ball. When LeBron is on your team, he's your point guard. If you see him doing anything else, it's because if you see him doing anything else, it's because he's going to post somebody up somewhere. He got in a mismatch because LeBron is also a genius in terms of basketball IQ. So, but he's the point guard, okay, regardless who he's playing with. So he needs shooters. He got Davis. He's looking for shooters now, okay? Now, that's what the Lakers want, okay? So now we got Utah. Utah wants draft picks. They want get rid of salaries, long-term salaries. They want cheap contracts, expiring contracts, young talent. That's what Utah wants. They want draft picks, as we mentioned. What did the Knicks want? That's a good question, right? Well, right now, I think we can agree that at least to some degree, the Knicks want Donovan Mitchell. I think we can agree at least to varying degrees of want. I don't think the Knicks are desperate to get Donovan Mitchell. But the Knicks want Donovan Mitchell. Okay, if the want meter was red hot, it wouldn't be red hot, but I would say it's approaching that. The Knicks want Donovan Mitchell. Okay, they want Donovan Mitchell. They're not going to go crazy. They infatuated with the girl. The hotel room is upstairs, but they could walk away from that girl if they want to, and they still gonna be okay. Or they could make that trip on the elevator. All right. The Knicks want Donovan Mitchell. All right. So let's go over the three. The Knicks want Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz want draft picks and young talent, and they want to get rid of contract. The Lakers want talent that's going to help LeBron win this ring. Okay. Yeah, they could do without him. They met him. They can decide let's do this thing, or they could decide, sorry, baby, we're not going to do this tonight. Okay, they can decide that. But they have, let's put it this way. If it was a girl, I think we could say that the Knicks and Donovan Mitchell are mutually attracted to each other. I think that's fair. We can say that if it was a girl, right? You met a girl once that you attracted to her, she attracted to you, and now you're talking about next steps, or you're intimating next steps. Okay, so they're attracted to each other. The Knicks and Donovan Mitchell are attracted. So the Knicks would like to have him, and he would like to have them. Okay. Now, from the Knicks' perspective, this all drives from a deal for what they want. This drive, why? Because if the Knicks decide they do not want Donovan Mitchell, there's no 3-team trade here. I'm not saying there's no trade. I'm saying there's no 3-team trade with these 3 teams. Okay? So if the Knicks decide to back out of the Donovan Mitchell sweepstakes, okay, if they decide to back out of the Donovan Mitchell sweepstakes, then there's no 3-team trade between the Lakers, Knicks, and Jazz. It's not happening. The 3-team trade that we're discussing today is hinging on the Knicks acquiring Donovan Mitchell. Okay? It's hinging on that. Okay. Now, Danny Ainge, for what we've heard, wants 4 unprotected number ones. He wants 4 unprotected number 1 picks. That's what Danny Ainge wants. Okay, that's what he wants. The Knicks want to acquire Donovan Mitchell without giving up all of their young assets. They want to give up some picks because they got them, but they don't want to give up all their picks, and they don't want to give up all their young assets. Okay. The Lakers want to get rid of Russell Westbrook and replace him with other talent. Okay. So now, and I think also we can also surmise that the Knicks, at the same time of trying to acquire Donovan Mitchell, they're also trying to get rid of some long-term contracts themselves, or some larger contracts themselves. Why? Because they are going to negotiate an extension for RJ Barrett. It's going to happen. How much it is, I don't even want to guess. I don't know, but it's going to happen. Okay, so there's going to be an RJ Barrett extension. And the Don is cheap. He's not going to put the Knicks in luxury tax territory. Not going to happen. Okay, so he is going to use this trade to not only obtain Donovan Mitchell, but to lose other contracts, long-term, larger contracts. Now, on the New York Knicks, now let's talk about the New York Knicks. The Knicks' biggest contract is Jalen Brunson, $27.7 million. Next is Julius Randle, about $24 million. Then you got Evan Fournier at 18, Mitchell Robinson at 17, Derrick Rose at 14.5, and then is RJ Barrett and Untouchable at pretty much 11 million. So let's go back through that list. Jalen Brunson, he's not going anywhere. Julius Randle's a possibility in a trade. Evan Fournier is a possibility in a trade. Mitchell Robinson's not going anywhere. Why? Because he just signed an extension. Derrick Rose is a possibility in the trade, and the Knicks have already taken RJ Barrett off the table. Now, as far as the young core of the Knicks, they have Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley, Quentin Grimes, and Deuce McBride. Jericho Sims is not eligible because he just signed an extension. So you have Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley, Quentin Grimes, and Deuce McBride. I like to look at it like this. You got Cam Reddish and Quentin Grimes. Those are wing players. Obi Toppin's a 4. You have Emmanuel Quickley and Deuce McBride, who can be counted as guards, even point guards, even though some don't figure Emmanuel Quickley is a point, but we can count them as point guards. So you got 2 point guards, 2 wings, and a power forward. Okay, you have 2 point guards, 2 wings, and a power forward. That's what you got as far as young talent. You got Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose available as far as veterans, as far as salaries for trade. That's what you got if you're the New York Knicks. You got 8 number 1 picks in the next 7 years or something like that. You got all kind of second round picks. So you got a lot of draft capital if you're the Knicks. The Knicks are in a really good position right now. Really good position. All right. So we're just right now discussing the facts of what each team has and what each team wants. Don't get carried away yet. We're not talking about who's being traded. We're just talking about what everybody has. We're just really just putting out the facts here. So again, let's just review the facts real quick. Utah, they want draft picks. They want to get rid of salaries. They want young players and young contracts or short-term contracts. The Lakers, they want to get rid of Russell Westbrook, and they want stars, or at least close to stars that they can in this place. They're trying to win a chip this year. LeBron needs something this year. The Knicks, they want Donovan Mitchell. They probably want to get rid of some longer-term contracts and veteran contracts if they could. And they want to keep as much of their young core together as they can. Okay, so we got what each team wants. The Knicks are in the best position of all 3. They're below the salary, the tax threshold. They got the multitude of draft capital, and they got a really good stable of young talent. Okay, they're in the best position of all of the teams right now. See, and that, again, I'm just looking at it as factual situation. That's what I'm looking at. The only reason Danny Ainge is in this game is because he got a player that everybody wants in Donovan Mitchell, and that's his ace in the hole right there. That's what he's looking at right here. Okay, that's his big thing. Okay, all right. So now, the Lakers are a tax team. They're in the luxury tax territory. $183 million is that's their salary. $183 million, almost $200 million in salaries. Now, Russell Westbrook is $47 million of that. LeBron 44, Davis 37, and then after that it tails off. You got Talon Horton Tucker at 10. You got Lonnie Walker at 6, and Lonnie Walker can't be traded because they just got him. And Kendrick Nunn, Stanley Johnson. All of these are small contracts, but your real contracts, you have more than $100 million tied up in 3 players. You got more than $100 million. You got 120, 130 million tied up in 3 players. Okay, that's the Lakers situation right now. They're not trading Davis. They're not trading LeBron. They're trading Westbrook. They've been shopping Westbrook since January. Okay, shopping Westbrook since January. So, they want to move Westbrook. Okay, so they're going to use his salary because they're in luxury tax territory. Any trade they make, they have to match the dollars. Okay, any trade they make, they have to match the dollars. They got to match the dollars on any trade they do. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. The Knicks get Donovan Mitchell. The Knicks will send Utah or some combination of at least three unprotected number 1s. That's my hypothesis. They may send them as many as 4 unprotected number 1s unless they can get something from The Lakers. Because remember, the Lakers are trying to win now. Now, the Lakers are not getting Donovan Mitchell. They're not getting him. The Lakers are not getting Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is moving in this 3-team trade is to the Knicks. I think we can all agree with that. So, looking at the 3 rosters. Now, here's a question for you, Knicks Nation. Listen now. Looking at the 3 rosters, you take Donovan Mitchell off the table as far as a possibility for the Lakers. If you're looking at Utah's roster and the Knicks roster, who's the next best player of those 2 rosters? Talk to me. So you take Donovan Mitchell off the table. Thank you, Walter Blackman Jr. for the $4.99 super chat. You take Donovan Mitchell off the table. You're the Lakers. You're shopping for players to get next to LeBron. You don't have Donovan Mitchell as a possibility. You're looking at Utah's roster and you're looking at the Knicks roster. Who do you want to pair with AD and LeBron to help them win this next ring? Okay. All right. Mendo says Cam Reddish. I agree with that. Randall Pudge says Randall. I agree with that. The best player left as a veteran would be Randall. Okay. I would say Russell Reed is also right. Fournier, Randall. In fact, I think those are the 3 guys. Oh, Clarkson also. Matix, that's true. So let's look at these 4 guys. We're talking about Julius Randle. We're talking about Evan Fournier, Cam Reddish, and we're talking about Jordan Clarkson because they could use Clarkson coming off their bench. He's, I think he's been 6th man of the year. So they could use him coming off their bench. Don't sleep on Derrick Rose, though, as a bench piece. Why would the Lakers be interested in Derrick Rose? Well, he's a tremendous bench piece if he can be healthy. And he's expiring. Okay, he's expiring. Derrick Rose is expiring. Okay, so he's a tremendous bench piece and he's expiring. All right, everybody. All right, so let's say now, that being the case, the Knicks would be sending to the Lakers Julius Randle. We're sending Julius Randle to the Lakers, and we're sending Cam Reddish to the Lakers. Okay, is that? And we're doing this together, Knicks Nation. So let's start off with that. We're sending Cam Reddish, a young piece, and Julius Randle, a veteran, to the Lakers. Let me ask you: do the Lakers accept that? If we're sending them these 2 guys, do they accept that? Okay, they want that, right? I mean, right? If I say we're sending Cam Reddish, right? This would be for Westbrook. That's right. Now, it has to be more, obviously, right? Because the salaries don't work at this point. Like, if I was to send Westbrook to the Knicks, that doesn't work because we're sending $30 million and we're giving back 47. We got to get into that 41, 42 range. So we got to send out another player. We got $30 million in salary right now. Who else can the Knicks send? Or who can Utah send to make up the salary? Now, if I'm looking at Utah's roster and I'm LeBron and I'm picking this team and I want somebody who's going to help me win, I'm picking Jordan Clarkson. Is that correct? Are y'all with me on that? Can I say Jordan Clarkson is that guy for LeBron right now? Because I say, okay, I'm going to add $13 million from the Lakers, going to the Lakers, Jordan Clarkson. So the Lakers would say, guess what? We just sent out $47 million and we got back 43. We're good. And I think they would be in that scenario. Okay. Now, the Knicks in that scenario would not have Randall to trade. They would not have Cam to trade. They would not have those 2 players. So now we want Donovan Mitchell. We got to make the salaries work. So we got to send them at least $30 million. Okay, we got to send them somewhere. Well, actually, the number Begley came up with was 24. We got to send them $24 million. Okay. Can we agree based on the salary? You got to put Fournier in this deal. Does that make sense, y'all? You got to put Fournier in this deal. That money, you need that money. That money is needed. You got to put Fournier in this deal, and you're going to send Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks. We're not even talking about picks yet. We're not talking about picks on the trade machine. We're talking about players right now. Okay? So you got to send Fournier to Utah. Now, the problem is this. If you send Fournier, that's $18 million. Now, let's say you wanted Derrick Rose to go with Fournier. Number one, I don't think the Don would do that to Derrick Rose because Derrick Rose is trying to win the chip himself. If he did go there, he'd probably get bought out because he's not trying to play for no rebuilding team. The thing that's valuable about Derrick Rose is because he's expiring. Okay, but I don't know. I don't think they do that yet. Let's move Derrick Rose out of this for now. For now. Well, we definitely have Evan Fournier in there. Now the question is, you're Utah. You're not getting RJ Barrett. You're not getting him. You're not getting Obi Toppin. You're not getting him. You want Quentin Grimes. Well, who's left? You got Quentin Grimes, right? You got Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride, Emmanuel Quickley. You got Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride, Emmanuel Quickley. Keep in mind, you just traded Jordan Clarkson to the Lakers. You're Utah. Who do you want to come over with Evan Fournier? You're Utah. Who do you want to come over with Evan Fournier? Who do you want? Utah don't want Deuce. Come on, baby. You talking from the Knicks perspective. Stop it. Utah don't want Deuce. Utah, hey, John Mark, how are you? Utah doesn't want Deuce. Who do you want? Come on, man. Y'all ain't being realistic, man. Y'all talking like Knicks fans. I'm asking you, if you are Danny Ainge, who do you want? All right. So they want Grimes, they want Toppin, and they want Quickley. Am I wrong? They want Grimes, Toppin, or Quickley, or all three if they could get them. Am I wrong about that? Never mind what we can't do yet. I'm just asking you what they want, okay? Okay? What do they want? They want Grimes, Toppin, Quickley. That's what they want. Okay. Now let's talk about why the Knicks are not giving up, who they're not giving up. I believe they're not giving up Toppin, no matter what that fool said on his report, because the Don drafted Toppin. Toppin was groomed from the beginning to be the starting power forward in place of Julius Randle. And if they're trading Julius Randle, they don't have any more power forwards, really legit. Louisiana Knicks, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Straight facts, thank you for that. Straight facts, great content. So they're not trading Obi Toppin. They just traded their starting power forward to the Lakers. They're not trading Obi Toppin. So he's off the table. And I don't care what Ainge wants. We're not trading both our power forwards and being left with Hartenstein as our power forward. Not going to happen. Okay? So they can't have Obi Toppin. That leaves you with Grimes and IQ. Now, why can't you have Grimes? Did we not just trade Cam Reddish to the Lakers? If we just traded Cam Reddish to the Lakers, we just traded one of the two young wings that we have. So if the Knicks don't want to do that, we'd be telling Ainge, nah. That leaves Emmanuel Quickley. Why? Because you have two young point guards. You have Emmanuel Quickley and Deuce McBride. You got two young point guards. Okay? If you've traded Cam to the Lakers and you've traded Randle to the Lakers, you got to keep a power forward. You got to keep a wing. You need a backup point guard. I'm thinking it's Emmanuel Quickley. Because Ainge ain't going to say no to Quickley. He ain't going to do that. The Knicks would hate to part with Quickley. But you still have a young Deuce behind him. You got some point guard behind him. Okay? The Knicks would hate to part with Quickley. But you want Donovan Mitchell, and you need a point guard behind that, behind both Brunson and Mitchell. You need somebody. And so you can't trade both your point guards. Utah is going to want quickly before they want Deuce McBride. I'm just telling you the truth. Utah is going to want quickly before McBride. Quickly is that guy. He's easily a step in there for Jordan Clarkson coming off your bench. Now, Utah, though, if they did that, if we sent them quickly, we still need more money. They still need more money coming their way to make up. Now, I'm going to put out a name and tell me what y'all think if you are Utah. So you got quickly, you got Fournier, you got 2 years and $36 million of Fournier. Quickly's got a rookie deal, $2.3 million. I'm going to say the Lakers must send Kendrick Nunn to Utah. That works. I'm saying the Lakers will send Kendrick Nunn in that scenario to Utah. Why? He's a young player. He's on an expiring deal. You can pair him and Quickly in your backcourt. Does that make sense? You got two young backcourt players, because on Kendrick Nunn, how old is he? He's like 25, 26, right? Kendrick Nunn, 27. Well, he's a little older. Kendrick Nunn, 27, but he's on an expiring deal. He's expiring. So you got Westbrook will be going to the Knicks. So let's go over everything we just discussed. Westbrook and Mitchell to the Knicks. Fournier, Kendrick Nunn, and Emmanuel Quickly to Utah. Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, and Cam Reddish to the Lakers. I'm just going to see, does this trade work? This trade failed. This trade failed because the Knicks need to send out more salary. They said the Knicks need to send out 14 million more. The Knicks need to send out 14 million more. The Knicks need to send out 14 million more. Well, let's see. Who is 14? Oh, it's two. Let's see if I sent Derrick Rose to the Lakers, because I think they'd want him. Let's see if I sent Derrick Rose to the Lakers, what would happen here? If I sent Derrick Rose to the Lakers, that works. So, because the Lakers would want Derrick Rose. So now, let's look at the players now. Yeah, we'll talk about the picks next, but let's look about the players now. So the Lakers are getting Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, Jordan Clarkson, and Cam Reddish. Utah is getting Fournier, Nunn, and Quickly, and the Knicks are getting Westbrook and Mitchell. Okay? That sounds good. I like that. I hate to give up Quick, but I love Deuce anyway, so I'm good. I hate to give up Cam, but I like Grimes. So the Knicks come out of this keeping Obi, Grimes, and Deuce, along with Jericho Sims, which you knew was going to be traded anyway. Okay? All right. Y'all got me so far? So that's pretty good on the Knicks side. That's pretty good on the Lakers side. About with what's available in the open market right now, to come away with a Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, a Jordan Clarkson, a Cam Reddish, and to get rid of Westbrook and only lose Kendrick Nunn, I think the Lakers got over here. Now, what does that tell you? The Lakers got to give up some picks, right? I mean, right? You're not going to just trade Westbrook's dead contract. Westbrook will be bought out immediately. You're not trading Westbrook's dead contract and then think you're just going to get over like that. You got to give up some picks. So what do the Lakers have available? 2027 and 2029. That's right. They got to give up 2 picks. 2027 and 20. I think that's fair. I'm not trying to rip them off. They just got Julius Randle, Derrick Rose expiring, Cam Reddish, and they just got who else? They got Jordan Clarkson, a former 6th man of the year. Okay. 2 picks. We need 2 picks. Okay. So I think it's fair for us to get 2027 and 2029. Okay. 2027 and 2029 from the Lakers. Okay, LeBron, go try to win your chip. Okay. Got that. Now, what do the Knicks do? The Knicks give up unprotected 2023, unprotected 2025, unprotected 2027, and the 2029 pick that they just got from the Lakers. 4 unprotected. 4 unprotected number ones. 2023, 2025, 2027, 2029. We still have our Dallas 2023. We still have all of our picks that we acquired that the Don went and got. Where's it? What the Don went and got from all of those teams. Walter Velasquez, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. All right, so we still got all of those protected picks, which I don't know. I think I'm in the minority, but I believe all of those picks are going to convey. I'm looking at the teams involved, and I sincerely believe that all of those picks are going to convey. I don't think that they're not going to convey. We got Dallas's 1 through 10 protected next year. That's going to convey. Okay, you can't tell me Dallas is not going to be one of the top 20 teams in the NBA next year. Not with Luka Doncic. Okay, so that's going to convey. You got Washington, who is 1 through 12 protected in 2024 and 1 through 10 protected in 2025. I'm not looking at this particular year, even though, okay, so if you were protected 1 through 14, there's 30. This is how you do it. Okay, I'm going to do a little math for you. I'm going to confuse y'all, but I'm going to do a little math. You take the bigger number, 14 in this case. You subtract 30 from that because there's 30 teams in the NBA. That leaves you 16. That means the team you're looking at has to be in the top 16 teams in the NBA, which means really they need to be an A seed, right? In the conference, right? So if you think Washington is going to be an A seed in 2023, then that's going to convey. Does that make sense, y'all? So in 2024, doing the same formula, Washington has to be one of the top 18 teams. In 2025, they have to be one of the top 20 teams in the NBA. They can be as low as the 10th seed, and the Knicks would get that pick. That's going to convey, okay? That's going to convey eventually, right? I mean, say what you want about, their team. They should be able, with what they have, to scratch out an 8th seed in the next 3 seasons. Otherwise, Wes Unseld Jr. is going to be out of a job. They got to be able to scratch out an 8th seed in the next 3 seasons. So that's what we're talking about. And so I'm saying Washington's pick will eventually convey. Now, you got Detroit, 1 through 18 protected. What does that mean? Let's use the same formula. That means they got to be a top 12 team in the NBA next year. I think they're going to improve, but not that much, right? Then in 2024, they got to be a top 12 team in the NBA. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. In 2025, they got to be a top 17 team in the NBA for that pick to complete. I would not put that past the Detroit Pistons. You're talking about Cade Cunningham. You're talking about Jaden Ivey. You're talking about Sadiq Bey. I wouldn't put it past them. Okay, I would not put. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I would not put that past them. With that kind of talent, I think they're going to be in the mix. They're going to be in contention in short order. You got Marvin Bagley, Sadiq Bey, you got Cade Cunningham, and then you give Jalen Duren 2 seasons, maybe his 3rd season, he starts to make a real impact. You got Jaden Ivey. You got some players over there that can bring you forward, man. So I am not Rock McGuard. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Don't sleep on Detroit. So I'm saying we are holding their number 1 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. That's going to convey. Okay, they're too young, too talented. That's going to convey. Okay, we talked about Washington. We talked about Dallas. Milwaukee, 2025, top 4 protected. That means Milwaukee has to be one of the 26 best teams in the NBA. One of the 26 best teams in the NBA for that to convey. Brethren, I don't know if people want to sleep on these protected picks, but the Knicks, they're all going to convey. Okay, they're all going to convey, y'all. All right. So you don't sleep on these. They're all going to convey. Trying to get rid of the spam artists. Yeah. So all of the picks that the Knicks have that are protected picks are going to convey. I'm not necessarily saying somebody else might want them. They may or they may not want them. But I'm saying that I'm not worried about losing anything because we have, the protected picks. That's going to be all right. I think we're going to be okay with the protected picks. I think we're going to be all right. Okay. So, yeah. Let me just. Okay. So I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right going forward with that. So if we give away, so now even with the 2023, 2025, 2026, and 2027 and 2028 unprotected, the Knicks have still all of the protected picks. We have our own 2024, our own 2026, our own 2028, the Lakers 2027, and the Lakers 2029. We still have all that. Yeah, I know they trying, Craig, but we still have all that. Y'all got me? So we in good shape, and that's giving Danny Ainge 4 unprotected number ones. Now, if you're Danny Ainge, you got a decision to make. You got a decision to make. You got to tell your fan base you refused 4 unprotected number ones. You got to. If he refuses this deal, he's got to push to his fan base that he refused 4 unprotected number ones, Emmanuel Quickley and Kendrick Nunn. He's got to push that to his fan base, that he refused 4 unprotected number ones, Kendrick Nunn, Emmanuel Quickley. He's got to push that to his fans. Now, yeah, I know. So sorry about the bots, yo. But look, we might be able to throw in 1 of the 2 of the protected picks. So now see what I'm saying is we talking about the Don, right? You know what the Don Corleone says? Make him an offer that he can't refuse. I'm going to make him an offer that he can't refuse. So if Ainge refuses 6 number 1 picks, 4 unprotected, he's got to pitch that to his people, man. He got to pitch that to his people because I don't see how he gets away with the Utah fan base not revolting. If he don't get that, I don't see how he gets away with that. So what do y'all think? So let's look at the parameters of the deal. The one we just constructed. We actually built this together, y'all. We built this together. So let's look at the deal we built. So we got the Lakers receiving Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, Jordan Clarkson, and Cam Reddish. We got Fournier, Nunn, and Quickley. Oh, and the Lakers giving up 2027 and 2029's number ones. Okay, that's what we got from the Lakers. The Lakers have acquired Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, Cam Reddish, and Jordan Clarkson. They traded Westbrook to the Knicks, and they gave up 2027 and 2029's number ones. Okay, that's what the Lakers did in our scenario. Utah sent Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks. They received Evan Fournier, Emmanuel Quickley, and Kendrick Nunn. They received 4 unprotected number ones and 2 protected number ones from the Knicks. Okay, they received 4 unprotected number ones. I like that you say that. Moshiah says the Lakers win this deal. If you're believing that, then that's a good deal then. So the Utah Jazz trade Donovan Mitchell. They receive Evan Fournier, Emmanuel Quickley, and Kendrick Nunn. They get a total of 6 number 1 picks, 4 unprotected. The Knicks receive Russell Westbrook and Donovan Mitchell. Okay, and they're sending out the 6 first round picks, 4 unprotected, to the Utah Jazz. Okay, now LeBron gets what he wants, Ainge gets what he wants, and the Knicks get what they want. What would the Knicks look like after this trade? After this trade, your Knicks are starting Donovan Mitchell. They're starting Donovan Mitchell. Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, and Obi Toppin. They have Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride coming off their bench with Isaiah Hartenstein, and they also have Jericho Sims backing them up. You would assume, and I would assume, the Knicks would probably pick up 2 more players. I like Josh Jackson for the mid-level exception, and Carmelo Anthony to back up Obi Toppin at the 4 for the vet men. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense for y'all? So I would say I'm just throwing. I would like Eric Pascal, but there's a lot of love for Melo in New York, and so I can see that coming, to pass. So I would really, if I'm looking straight cold best player for us, I'm going to try to get Eric Pascal off that G League contract and bring him to the Knicks on a like a $3 to $5 million deal. Yeah, he signed a G League contract, Harlem. So if somebody signs a G League deal and they get offered a regular NBA deal, can they leave? That's the question I need. That's the question I need to answer. If somebody signs a G League deal and they get offered an NBA contract, can they take the NBA contract? Can they? Let me just look this up. Let's look it up. Can a G League player sign an NBA contract? Let me see here. Okay, an NBA team can acquire in the NBA draft, decline to sign him to an NBA contract, instead allow him to play in the NBA G League. In that case, the NBA teams, the NBA G League affiliate, can acquire that player directly, bypassing the usual NBA G League player selection process. NBA teams can assign their players and recall them. NBA teams can sign players with 4 years of service or fewer to two-way contract. It's not clear. It's not clear here. It's not clear. It's not clear. Okay, so I am assuming we would have Carmelo Anthony behind Obi Toppin on a vet men. And I am assuming we would get a wing. And I named Josh Jackson, but that could be anybody. I'm assuming we're going to get a wing, a backup wing, in here when we lost Cam Reddish. Okay, so we're going to need a backup wing. So again, for those of you who are late to the party, let's go over what we just talked about. In the 3-team trade, the Lakers get Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, Jordan Clarkson, Cam Reddish. They send a number 1, 2027, 2 number 1s, 2027 and 2029 to the Knicks. Utah Jazz get Evan Fournier, Kendrick Nunn, Emmanuel Quickly, and they receive 6 total picks, 4 unprotected, 4 number 1s. They received the Knicks 2023, the Knicks 2025, the Knicks the Laker 2027 and the Laker 2029. They received 2 protected picks from the Knicks, total of 6 picks. The Knicks get Russell Westbrook and Donovan Mitchell. And that's what they get. They give up 3 unprotected picks, 2 protected picks. I'm sorry, they're giving up in that scenario. I'm sorry. The Knicks are giving up 2 unprotected picks and 2 protected picks. That's what the Knicks are giving up. The Knicks would be giving up 2 protected picks and 2 unprotected picks. That's how this would work. And I like that. I like that. If I'm the Knicks, I like that deal. I like that deal if I'm the Knicks. Okay, I like that deal. Margaret Edwards. You're looking at it in the wrong way, my sister. We're not trying to help the Lakers. We're trying to help the Knicks by giving the Lakers what they want so that we can get what we want. It's not about helping the Lakers. It's about helping the Knicks. Okay. So we want Donovan Mitchell. We got rid of Julius Randle's $100 million contract. We got rid of Evan Fournier's $36 million contract. We just lost 2 contracts. We're going to buy out Russell Westbrook, and we're going to end up with $47 million in cap space in next summer. So that's how we helped ourselves. We just opened up space so that Grimes can play, Deuce can play, RJ can flourish, Mitchell Robinson can flourish, Obi Toppin can flourish. I think we did a good thing. And we brought Carmelo Anthony back to New York to back up Obi Toppin. Keith Watkins, thanks for the $2 super chat. Great job as always, sir. Thank you. So that's what we really did. It's not about whether we're helping the Lakers. Not only that, let's assume for the sake of argument, we are helping the Lakers. They're in the Western Conference. We're in the Eastern Conference. We're trying to contend in the East. What do we care what happens in the West? That's their business. Okay? That's not our business. They're in the Western Conference. Okay? So that's the scenario we're talking about. Now, I see somebody, who is it? I see a bunch of eyes. Bro, I see your eyes. Who is this? Frank Matos keeps putting out. All right, here you go. Frank Matos says, what about Westbrook to Utah? It's possible. You could send Westbrook to Utah. Okay, you could do that. All right, so in that scenario, let's adjust the trade. Let's adjust the trade. Let's do it this way, though, Frank, for the sake of our argument here, Frank. We're going to keep the picks the same. Okay, Frank? Everybody, okay? So let's change the trade so that Westbrook goes to Utah. Okay, so let's change the trade, but the pick situation stays the same. In other words, the Lakers are giving up 27 and 29. The Knicks are giving up 2 and 2 protected. The 27 and 29 from the Lakers is going to Utah, and 2 unprotected from the Knicks is going to Utah, a total of 4. The Knicks are also sending whatever 2 protected picks the team agrees to. Okay. The Knicks are sending 2 protected picks. Okay, so Utah's getting a total of 6 picks. The Knicks are giving up a total of 4, but only 2 unprotected. All right, everybody there? All right, so somebody's asking about what if Brody went to Utah? All right, well, let's adjust the trade and let's send Brody to Utah. So if we're going to send Brody to Utah, we're going to send Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish probably can't go to the Lakers. He probably goes to Utah. We send none back to the Lakers. We send Westbrook. Westbrook goes to Utah. Utah's got to give up some more, so we're going to send Bogdanovich. We're going to send Bogdanovich to the Lakers. All right. So here, Utah's given up Bogdanovich, Clarkson, and Mitchell. They've sent out $60 million. Okay, so let's see if this trade works. This trade fails because why? The Lakers are over the luxury tax threshold. With this trade, incoming cannot exceed 125%. The Lakers need to cut $12 million from this deal. All right, so we need to send Derrick Rose back to New York. Sending Derrick Rose back to New York. And we're sending, we're sending Derrick Rose back to New York. So now Randall, Bogdanovich, Clarkson to the Lakers. Westbrook, Fournier, Reddish quickly to Utah. Mitchell to the Knicks. Try this. This trade works. But I don't think the Knicks, I don't think Utah would do this. Oh, maybe they would. They get a $47 million opening with YIQ. Vibs shop ass. And what's up, Biz? YIQ. All right, let's go back a little bit. We talked about what Danny Ainge wants from the Knicks. Okay, we talked about that. You weren't here. It's okay. But we talked about what Danny Ainge wants from the Knicks. And as far as players. So Danny Ainge wants Obi Toppin. He wants Quentin Grimes. He wants Emmanuel Quickly. V-Biz, Shop, do we agree with that? He wants Obi Toppin. He wants Quentin Grimes. And he wants Emmanuel Quickly. Now, in the scenario we talk about, we already sent Cam to the Lakers. So Cam is off the table because we sent him to the Lakers. This is what we did. So we sent Cam to the Lakers. So now Danny Ainge wants these 3 guys. Obi Toppin, and we sent Randall to the Lakers. I'm sorry. We sent Randall and Cam to the Lakers in that deal. So we have Grimes, Obi, Quick, and Deuce. And I said, if you're Danny Ainge, who do you want? That's what I said. You want Obi, Grimes, or IQ. You don't care about Deuce if you're Danny Ainge. You don't care about Deuce if you're Danny Ainge. You want Obi, Grimes, or Quick. Now, if the Knicks sending Randall to the Lakers, they are not sending Obi anywhere because they would have no power forwards. They're not sending Obi's now, not going anywhere. If they sent Cam to the Lakers, that's a wing. They're not sending Grimes to the Lakers. Now you only have RJ on your wing. That's it. RJ and Mitchell. What's left? IQ. So if you're telling me you're Danny Ainge, you got these two players. You got Emmanuel Quickly and you got Deuce McBride. Who you taking? You taking Quick. I mean, that's not even worth two thoughts. If you're the Utah Jazz, you got to push this to your fan base too. So that's why Quick goes to Utah. The Knicks, I hate to give up Quick, but I got to have a wing and I got to have a backup point guard. And you still got Grimes and you still have Deuce. There you go. Okay. All right. So that's why, that's why Quick is going to Utah. Okay. So now I don't like this deal though. So I don't like this deal. I hate to say it, but I don't think Danny Ainge would like this deal. I think LeBron would like Randall, Bogdanovich, and Clarkson. But I don't think Ainge would like this deal. I don't think Ainge would like it. It works, though. It works. This trade works. The Knicks get Donovan Mitchell. We lose Randall. We lose Fournier. We lose Cam Reddish. And we lose Emmanuel Quickly. And we still have as backup point guards Derrick Rose and Deuce McBride. I think we're in good shape there. We're in good shape there. Y'all would agree with me? I think we're in good shape there. Okay? I think we're in good shape. So Frank is saying the Lakers get Fournier. What did he say? What'd you say? The Yankees get Fournier, Rose, Clarkson, Cam, Utah. No. In this scenario, the Lakers get Randall, Bogdanovich, and Clarkson. Fournier is in Utah with Westbrook, Cam Reddish, and Quickly. So Utah will have $55 million in expiring contracts in 2023. That's what Utah would have. That's why Danny Ainge would want the deal. They'd have $55 million in expiring contracts in 2023. $55 million and 6 picks. So Danny Ainge would love this deal. I like it for the Knicks, even though I hate to give up. I would really hate to give up Quick. I hate to give up Quick. But if you're telling me, now let me ask you, at the end of this deal, the Knicks still have Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes. They still have Derrick Rose and Deuce McBride. Would you take it? I think if you end up like that and you're getting Donovan Mitchell, you're in good shape. And remember, let me just be clear. In this scenario, the Knicks only gave up 2 protected picks. Okay? In this scenario, the Knicks only gave up 2. 2 picks came from the Lakers to Utah. 2 picks coming from the Knicks to Utah. And then you get 2 protected picks. So the Knicks will still have, if you're looking at the Knicks between 2023 and 2029, you still have Dallas's pick. Let's say we gave them Milwaukee's pick because that's going to convey. Let's say we gave them Dallas and Milwaukee. We still have Detroit's pick, Washington's pick. We have our 2024, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029. We're in really good shape. The Knicks would be really good shape. Really good shape. So yeah. And we get Donovan Mitchell, which takes us a step and a half forward, right? Now, we would have to fill in. Melo would probably come to the Knicks. We'd probably get Melo as a backup 4. I personally don't like it talent-wise. I like it as a story. We love Melo. Melo's New York. He should retire as a Knick. I get all that. And he can still shoot the rock, on given nights. He can still shoot the rock now. So I'm liking that. But I'll be honest, I'd rather have Eric Pascal as a player if I could get, you're asking me now. He's younger, hungry, cheaper. I'd rather that. But realistically, Melo will be a Knick. And then you're going to have to get a backup wing. We have to get a backup wing. So I'm thinking Josh Jackson's available. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Josh Jackson. And the reason I'm looking at Josh Jackson, we got to sign somebody to the mid-level exception. The Knicks couldn't sign nobody to no long-term deal. We're looking at mid-level exception. We got the $5 million room exception. they'd use that and get Josh Jackson. He'd probably get a 2-year deal, $10 million with 1 year as a team option. That's how the Don operates. That's what we would get with Josh Jackson. And he'd be probably in the back of the rotation. So that's how that would work. Beasley's too expensive, bro. You're talking about $16 million. We're not paying $16 million to nobody. We're not getting Beasley. That's too expensive, man. You're not getting Beasley. No, that's too expensive. That's too expensive. That's what I'm saying. Y'all get me? Beasley is the number don't work. The number don't work with Beasley. Okay. And listen, Moshiah, we still building through the draft. All right. We are, right? I mean, we still would have, like I said, we would have 2024. Our own 2024, our own 2026, our own 2027, our own 2029. We would still have Detroit and Washington's number one. We're in good shape. 2024, 2026, 2027, 2029, plus 2 protecteds. We still have 6 picks. Come on, y'all. We still in good shape. We still in good shape. I like it. We in very good shape. Let Melo chase a ring for 1 more year, then come back to retire. I hear you, Keith Watkins. Get Josh Jackson to back up Obi. No, Josh, I like on the wing. So he would be backing up RJ and Mitchell on the wing and Grimes on the wing. Well, you can play him at the 4 if you want to. But yeah, he said keep Grimes and Obi, give up extra pick if necessary. We still have good enough. Yeah, I agree with you, Keith. I totally agree with that. So, but I think this deal as we structured it is fair. Let's go over the deal. Tell me now, y'all ready? I'm going to hesitate for a second, let y'all catch up because the video is behind. All right, or whatever. So let's let it catch up. Now listen, type a 1 if you think this is a good deal. I want to vote. Can I put a vote in this piece? Create a poll. Okay, yes. Here's the question. Lakers get Randall. Who they got? Let me look through this again. Lakers get Randall, Bogdanovich, Clarkson. Randall. I'm going to put Bobo and Clark. Okay. All right. So that's the Lakers. Just if I can spell Clark. Okay. Knicks get BM. Utah gets Fournier, Evan. Who else? Evan. Who else they get? Who we gave them? They get Evan. They get Westbrook, Reddish, Quickly, and Evan. They get Evan, Westbrook, Quick, IQ, and who else? Quick and Cam. They get Cam and Cam. Okay. Knicks give 2 unprotected and 2 protected. Y'all like this deal? You like this deal? Yes or no? I'm going to put that out there. So y'all tell me if you like this deal, okay? So the Lakers get Randall, Bobo, Clark. I'm missing somebody. Who else did we? No, that's what they got. Randall, Bobo, and Clark. They gave up 2 number 1s. The Knicks get Donovan Mitchell. They gave up 2 unprotected and 2 protected number 1s. Utah gets IQ, Fournier, Cam Reddish, Westbrook. They gave up no picks. They received 6 number 1s. They received 4 unprotected and 2 protected number 1s. Okay, so far, 57% say yes. That would say 43% says no. So most of y'all like this deal so far. I mean, let's see how y'all keep voting. But I think you see, if nobody's completely happy, that's probably a good deal. If nobody's completely happy, it's probably a good deal. The Knicks are in good shape. Utah got what they want. They got 6 picks, 4 unprotected. They got $55 million in expiring contracts. $55 million in expiring contracts. Then the Lakers get Randall, Bogdanovich, a shooter. Who else did they get in their shooter? They got Randall, Bogdanovich, and Clarkson. They got 2 shooters with Randall, a bruiser. Listen, y'all, I have to say, man, I think this is a good deal. So I think this works. 61% agree. I think this works. I think this deal works because all 3 teams are getting what they want. The Lakers are getting players to help them contend with LeBron and AD. Utah is getting a boatload of picks and unloading Donovan Mitchell's long-term deal. They're creating $55 million of cap space in the summer of 2023. $55 million. Don't forget that. Okay. And the Knicks are getting Donovan Mitchell and giving up 2 unprotected picks and 2 protected picks. To me, that's a steal. You can't leave IQ out, brother. You're going to have to give up. You got to, can I be real with y'all? You got to bring ass to get ass. Did you hear what I said? You got to bring ass to get ass. Don't come up with no deuce. They're not having that. Okay? You got to bring ass to get ass. Period. End of story. Okay, so you know what? Don't act like you're just gonna give away plays that you can expand and you're not worried about getting anything back. No. They're gonna want IQ. Be real. IQ is the dude. Okay, we've explained if you're sending out Randall, you cannot send out Obi Toppin. You need a power forward. You cannot send out Grimes and Cam. Okay, you can't send both of them out. So Cam is going and you're keeping Grimes. So now you got a wing, you got a power forward still. And now you need a point guard. You can't. If you're telling me you're looking at Danny Ainge across the table and you're asking him, Danny, who do you want, Emmanuel Quickly or Miles McBride? And you're telling me he's going to say, oh, give me McBride. Come on, man. Be real. We tried to build this realistically. Y'all know I love Deuce, but this ain't about that. I would give up Deuce if this would get the deal done. You telling me, look, you giving me Donovan Mitchell and all I got to give up is Deuce McBride? Okay, done. I love Deuce. Him and Mitch Rob, my 2 favorite Knicks. But I'm trying to be realistic here. You're not going to look Danny Ainge in the face and say, okay, we'll send you Evan Fournier, Deuce McBride. And who did we send him? We sent him Evan Fournier, Deuce McBride, and Cam Reddish. He ain't doing that. He ain't doing it. Okay? He ain't doing it. Man, will you get off this 2010 Randall tip, man? Come on, 2010 what? 2010 what? That's like having a Mercedes-Benz and no engine. I mean, what good is it? I mean, seriously, he's been in the league 8 years. He's had 1 winning team. Could we get off this 2010 infatuation, please? Oh, my gosh. Stop it. No, Fred. The Knicks give up 4 picks, 2 unprotected, 2 protected. Oh, yeah, you're right, Fred. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. The Knicks give up 4 picks, 2 unprotected, 2 protected. Lakers give up 2 picks, and we go home. Everybody goes home. Yeah, plus we don't even know what Beasley is about. I'm willing to give the brother another chance, but $15.5 million? No, we don't need that. No. We don't need that. And this whole Randall's a 2010 guy, BS, stop it. If his 2010 was worth something, we'd been in the playoffs every year. Come on, man. Shoot. Keith Watkins, thanks for the $5 super chat. We are taking enough salary back. It works. I'm looking at the trade machine. The Knicks acquiring Mitchell, this trade works. This trade is successful. The Knicks getting Mitchell and this trade is successful. This trade works. Yep. The trade machine says the Knicks add 1 more win with this trade. I have to disagree, but yeah. So the trade works. The numbers work. I think the picks are fair. In fact, I think the Knicks get over here. If you're telling me you're getting Donovan Mitchell and all you gave up was Julius Randle, you gave up Cam Reddish, you gave up Emmanuel Quickly, and you only gave up 2 number 1s of yours and 2 that you acquired. I don't know. I think that's a good deal. And you get to keep Derrick Rose. You get to keep Derrick Rose as a mentor, as a veteran presence. You get to keep Derrick Rose. Okay. New Yorker, New Yorker, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. That ain't enough. Tied to Leon's son. What? His next door neighbor was the third aunt of somebody's cousin. No, that ain't enough, bro. No, that ain't. Mm-mm. Tibbs loves a lot of dudes. That ain't about what we doing. If it was up to Tibbs, we wouldn't have no young player. So what Tibbs likes is irrelevant. What Tibbs wants is irrelevant in this scenario. No, that don't mean nothing. I don't care. I don't care, man. That don't mean nothing. Nah. When you want to talk about, Brunson's father as the coach, Brunson's the president of basketball operations, his father's agent, Rose's son, Brunson's agent. Come on. That's some real stuff right there. But other than that, nah, all that other stuff, nah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Somebody asked, how much are we sending out? All right, let me tell you. We're taking back $30 million from Donovan Mitchell. We're sending out in this scenario, let's see, 18, 24, 26, 49. We're sending out $50 million. We're sending out $50 million and taking in $30 million. We're sending out $50 million and taking in $30 million. And not only that, in this scenario, we keep Rose, who's expiring. So next summer, we still end up with $44 million of cap space. I think we're in good shape. y'all. I think we're in good shape. Getting Donovan Mitchell. Hey, Russell Reed, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Getting Donovan Mitchell pushes the needle, but not enough. What do you think Don has up his sleeve after that deal? I think y'all moving too fast. He ain't got to make another move after this deal. Can we just let this simmer for a second? What, we think we win in the championship this year? Huh? We're not winning a championship this year. We're not winning a championship. Donovan Mitchell moves us into the 50-win range. That's what he does. Okay? Thank you, Mike K. $5 super chat. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. Okay. But I'm saying $44 million in cap space next year. Is that right about that? Wait, let me look at that again. I want to make sure. Hang on, let me look at these numbers. So the Knicks sent out 18, 24, 26, 49, 50. They sent out 50 million. They took in 30. No, they got 20 million in money they created here, and then they get 14. So 34 million in cap space for next summer. So the Knicks would have 34 million in cap space next summer. Okay. 34 million in cap space. And this deal that we just proposed, in fact, well, let me save it and put it in the, I'm going to save the trade and I'm going to put it in the, I'm going to save the trade and put it in the description box. Okay. I'm saving the trade. I'm putting it in the description box. So y'all, I already had another trade in there. I'm going to put this one in there. So I put 2 trades in the description box. They'll be in the description box. You can see them. So in case you came late and you didn't see the trades we put together, and we all look. Am I being fair? Did I say we all put this together? Most of us in Knicks Nation. Look, 67% agree with it because did we put it together? We did it together. It wasn't just me making this trade. We all decided together. We did step by step, logic by logic, and this is what we came up with, right? I mean, right? Knicks Nation. Am I lying or am I crazy or what? Am I tongue-tied? What happened? Didn't I do that? I said, what do y'all think? Wait, you ain't talking about Obi's career average? Brother, look, Brother Ewing, you need to talk about it. Learn about this concept called development, my brother. Learn about this concept called development. And then learn how to spot talent when it's in front of you, because Obi is going to average, if he gets the starting 4 position, he will average over 18 points a game this year. Put it in the books. Book that. He's averaging over 18 a game this year. Okay, so talking about his career average, the boy ain't had but 60. You ain't been getting no time. Come on, man. Look at development. Oh my God. Oh shoot. Anyway. Yeah, I'm being conservative when I say 18. Obi's gonna have some 30-point games this year. That's just the facts, man. That boy, he's too good, man. He's too good. All right, so Canal said I'll take all the credit. Thank you. All right, brother, I'll give it to you. All right. But we all did it together. We all did it together. So we all looked at this piece by piece, logic by logic. Let me get rid of this knucklehead, this perv in here. Hold on with the perv. All right, let me get rid of the perv. All right, so I had to get rid of the perv. Sorry, yeah. All right, so Randall's a bubble season MVP. Wake up. That's right, 21 now. Come on, y'all. Stop with this 2010 and Randall, man. Dang. Somebody kept bringing, a couple people brought up, he played with a real point guard and he averaged 21 and 11. Yeah, they won 33 games that year. That's the real stat you want to remember. Yep, he averaged 21 and 11 and they won 33 games. I think Randall was a 2010 guy this year and we won 37 games. Come on, y'all. Come on. Don't diss on the boy, Enrique. Don't diss on the boy. Don't diss on the boy. Everybody got their favorite player. I guess I'm on Deuces and on Mitch Rob's nutsack. I'm on Deuce and Mitch Rob nutsack. I mean, it's a nice way to put it. I'm in Deuce Hive and Mitch Rob Hive, right? I mean, there's people in Randall Hive. Randall Hive, they got a Randall Hive in Knicks Nation. There's Randall Hive in Knicks Nation. So I understand people a little butthurt, about the Randall thing going down. I did it. But, it's what it is. Mark Confessor Clemente, thank you for the super chat. I think it's 250 pesos. Thank you. Sending Cam Utah would be good for his career. That's right. He would be starting in Utah. That's right. I like Cam. That's right. Happy to see him play in Utah rather than see him situation of 12 minutes a game. Exactly. I want to be honest with you. If Cam was sent to either the Lakers or Utah, he would be getting heavy minutes. I think he would even start on the Lakers. I think Cam would start in LA. And I would rather really see him go to LA, to be quite honest, because he could have a chance to win a championship. I mean, really. And he'd be an integral piece of that championship. Cam Reddish. Imagine Cam Reddish next to LeBron. I think you're giving that boy too much talent to play. Man, I like Cam. As long as he don't get hurt, as long as he's not getting the AD-itis, as long as he's not getting Anthony Davis-itis, he should be all right. Reason Superstar, I think they would do it is because it would create $55 million in cap space in 2023. That's the big reason. Remember, if you're Utah, you want picks, you want cap space, you want young talent. And so this would open up $55 million of cap space in 2023 if you're Utah. You're getting 6 picks if you're Utah. You don't care who they come from. You're just getting 6 picks, right? You're getting 4 unprotected and 2 protected picks. So you don't care where they come from. You're getting the picks. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's a 3-team deal. That's the whole point of getting 3-team deal. You know what I'm saying, Superstar? That's how you doing that. Demo, thank you for this. And Superstar, thank you for the $5 super chat. And Demo, thank you for the $10 super chat. Randall was the man with no fans. Think about that. Randall was the man with no fans. There's a reason for that, right? That's what you're saying, right? There's a reason for that, right? That's what he's saying. There's a reason people didn't like him last year. Demo saying there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Nobody was crying in LA when they let him walk. Yeah. Nobody was crying in LA when they let him walk. I mean, come on, man. He doesn't have the greatest attitude in the world. Put it that way. He doesn't have the greatest attitude in the world. He said when he have another career year, hey, listen, I hope he does. Just don't be wearing orange and blue. Just go to the silver and go to gold and purple and gold. Have a good time, Mr. Randall. Get your stuff over there in Laker land, baby. Go Hollywood. We good at MSG. We good. We good at MSG. We good at MSG. I think his wife would like LA better. The weather's nicer than Hollywood. I think everybody good. They get to hang out with Hollywood stars. I think everybody good on that. So far, it looks like 60. How many people we got voted here? Let me see. How many people voted? Let me see. I can't see it. Let me see. It doesn't say how many voted, but 139 people voted. 67% said it's a good deal. 33% said no. All right, so I don't know. I think we're in good shape here. I think we did a good job, Knicks Nation. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Give yourselves a pat on the back. I think we did a good job. We engineered the deal. We engineered a deal that works for Danny Ainge. It's a deal that works for LeBron, and it's a deal that works for the Dom. Hey, that rhymes. It works for Ainge, LeBron, and the Dom. I think that's going to be tomorrow's video. It works for Ainge, LeBron, and the Dom. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. Y'all can pat yourselves on the back. And what I'm going to say is me and Knicks Nation did this together. Me and Knicks Nation did this together. That's what I'm saying. Me and Knicks Nation did this together. That's what I'm going to say. Because that's the truth about it. We did. Didn't we, Knicks Nation? We did. We did it. That's why you got 67% saying, yeah, let's do this. Mr. Ewing, you never heard of Elvin Hayes, you young fool. You never heard of Elvin Hayes? And what position did he play when they won the chip in Washington? Come on, baby. Stop it. What position did he play, young man? What position did he play, Elvin Hayes, when they won the chip? Yeah. So don't tell me power forwards don't make a team better. What about, you can consider James Worthy a power forward as well. No, I don't have bots for him. At least I didn't think so. You can consider James Worthy. You consider him. How about a power forward named Tim Duncan? Does he make his team better? How about a power forward named Dirk Nowitzki? Did he make his team better? And what do all of the guys I named have in common? Rings. They all got rings. Yeah, Worthy, I said you could consider him a 4 because he was big enough, but he really was like a 3. I ain't going front. But they had Michael Cooper, so I think I give him the wing stuff too, So, but all of those were power forwards, and they all won chips. Barkley never won a chip, but he did make his team better. He did take him to the finals, so we can give him that. But don't tell me power forwards don't make differences on teams. Oh, Kevin McHale, that's right, Russell Whiskey. So, Mr. Ewing, please go back and look at your NBA history before you start making foolish statements, young man. Okay? Going all the way back to Elvin Hayes. Indeed. Yes, Vanderbilt can back up Obi. That's possible. But I don't think Ainge is giving up Vanderbilt, which is a cheap contract. He's not doing that. Rodman was a power forward. Thank you, Carrillo. Rodman won 1, 2, 3 rings, 4 rings. Yes. Yeah, Karl Malone. See, there's just too many, Ewing. That was not a good statement that you made there. So let's not get carried away with that. Okay? Oh, that's right. Rodman won 2 with Detroit, and he won 3 with the Bulls, right? So he wins 5 rings. 5. Yeah, so anyway, that's the deal. I think you guys did a tremendous job today. I want to thank all y'all for the super chats. That was tremendous. We greatly appreciate that from all of the people in Knicks Nation, the greatest sports nation in sports, aside from Giants Nation. And even though I'm not a Yankee fan, Yankee Nation is huge too. I'm a Mets fan. I'm a Mets dude. Yankee Nation is huge, but my Mets doing work. You know what I'm saying? My Mets doing work. Y'all know that. Yankee Nation, I give y'all props in effect, but the best nation is Knicks Nation. IQ is good. You have to really look at this New Yorker, with all due respect. You have to really look at what we talked about to understand why IQ is in the deal. It's not just, oh, I love IQ. I can't do without him. It's not that. It was really logically done. We really looked at this step by step. And that's what I'm saying to you. So what you say after Mets and the Yankees? All right, gangster. I'll give you that. Well, I'm only talking about New York. I ain't dealing with Dallas. I ain't dealing with no other city, man. New York. New York. Forget Dallas. Forget Big D. All due respect. Forget Big D. Russell Whiskey, 499. Thank you. Appreciate what you do. One from Mets and the Phantom. No, that's right, Russell. Do the right thing, baby. Ewing is so hard. He got the vice grip on Randall's nutsack so hard. Randall saying, please, please loosen up a little bit. Loosen up a little bit. Loosen up a little bit, baby. There go. You could bite him all the way to LA because that's where he's going. If the Knicks get Donovan Mitchell, he's going to LA. That's what's happening, y'all. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for your loss. It is what it is. It is what it is. Sorry for your loss, Ewing. Sorry for your loss, my brother. I mean, if it was my favorite dude, I feel like you feel. I hate, but it's what it is, man. It's what it is. Now we time to say goodbye to our company. That's how, Randall ain't got to go home. He just got to get the heck up out of MSG. He going to LA. Okay, bye-bye. See you. Yeah, he could. Randall's might stop attacking CP from Knicks fan. Yeah, they're getting all kind of butthurt on $100 million. It's all good though. Man, Ewing, my man though. Ewing, you good. You good, bro. You good. All love, Ewing. All love, Knicks Ewing. All love, all love, all love. I ain't gonna spend this time beating you down. You don't deserve it. There's others that deserve the wrath. You do not. You just said one questionable statement. Well, and it happens. Okay, it happens. All right. Please enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Please be safe, be healthy, be blessed. Oh, let me end the poll. Be safe, be healthy, be blessed, Knicks Nation. It looks like 66% went with the deal. We had 162 votes. 33% said no. And so it was 1%, quagmire there, but looks like most of y'all are with the deal. I am thinking, I don't completely like it, but I got to say it's realistic. And I think the Knicks end up pretty good shape, only giving up 4 picks and only 2 unprotected. So I think we're in good shape. I think we're in good shape. Some of you are crazy. Please enjoy your rest of your weekend. We'll see you on the next time. Shalom, Knicks Nation.